Hi, I'm Michael O'Connor, and thank you for joining me at the well. There's a sign that's predominant in the London Underground. It says, "Mind the gap." It warns the people of the danger of stepping into the gap which exists between the station platform and the train itself. In the video I want to share with you today, Matthew Kelly talks about a spiritual gap between who we are today and who God created us to be.
Any culture that celebrates the things that will destroy it is doomed. Our culture is celebrating and even encouraging the catalog of human vice on an industrial scale. And any culture is made up of the people that participate in it, and that means you and me. We're in desperate need of mercy, and our need is so much greater than we realize, as we will very soon discover. Now, imagine you need 100 grams of a medication each day to be healed and stay healthy, but you only take 5 grams each day. You will wonder each day why the medication is not working, but the reason is clear. You may be tempted to think the medication is useless, when in fact, you just need a higher dose. We need more mercy than we realize. Sometimes we don't realize how significant the gap is between who we are today and who God created us to be. At church on Sunday, after the gospel is read, I often ask myself, if I just lived this one gospel reading 100%, how much would my life change? The answer is exactly the same every single Sunday, radically. My life would change radically if I lived just one parable or one teaching from the Gospels 100%. Not a little bit, radically. What that tells me is that there is a gap between my life and the gospel. And it's a big gap. And it's an obvious gap. And it's not even a close call. There is a gaping hole between my life and the life Jesus invites me to live in the gospel. And I need God's mercy to help close that gap. It's good to recognize the gap. Part of the problem, it seems, is that most of us think too often that we're pretty good Christians. But compared to what? If we compare ourselves to what we see in the movies, you might be able to convince yourself you're virtually a saint. But is that a true measure of a Christian? I don't think so. Perhaps you look around at your friends and compare yourself to them. Maybe compared to them, you think you're an excellent Christian. But when the young man came to Jesus and said, "Teacher, what must I do to inherit eternal life?" Jesus didn't say, just be better than the people around you. Anyone can find a comparison to help them feel good about themselves. This charade assists us in deceiving ourselves in 1,000 ways. This is the sin of comparison. Some people may look at the gap between the life I am currently leading and the gospel and judge me. They may be tempted to think, he says he's a Christian, but he does this and he does that. They may be tempted to say, he is a hypocrite. And they would be right. I have no defense. I struggle every day to live the life Jesus invites me to. I am weak. I am broken. I have biases and prejudices. I'm a sinner. But knowing I'm a sinner is not the same as self-loathing. So I do not give up. I press on, striving to do better and do better. Despite the gap, I still consider myself a disciple of Jesus. You see, membership among the followers of Jesus does not require perfection, but it does require us to strive to live the gospel more fully each day. And that means opening ourselves to His grace and mercy and working diligently to close the gap.
None of us is perfect, but if we don't give up striving to do better, despite the gap, we can still be disciples of Jesus. Keep listening, keep praying, God bless.
Thank you.